Hiya! I'm back at Silverstone again. Lovely sunny Silverstone. Feels like a bit of a second home at the moment, but back here again, armed with a KTM 1290 Super Duke R, and WP have invited us to try out some new pro components. So we've got competition forks, cartridge kit, competition shock, and a competition steering damper to see if we can tame the beast. Theoretically speaking, you had your Super Duke.
Yeah.
And you were at a track day.
Yeah.
And you were on track all the time. What was the one mod you would do?
Probably forks.
Okay, that's a good answer. I was hoping you'd say that.
Or shock. Who's that with?
Suspension is the right answer,
okay.
isn't it?
Okay. Yeah. It's not quite. It's great as a road machine, but it's not quite adjustable enough to get the finer results.
Well, it's not adjustable at all, is it?
Well, it is. It's just rebound.
But there's no preload.
No.
Initially, we went on the road before we went to the track, and it's good. It's flighty though, isn't it? The Super Duke. It's very skittish.
Yeah.
It's not like it's constantly glued to the tarmac. But we tried the comfort setting. Have you tried this? Did you try the comfort setting?
No.
Now, I was a bit like, oh yeah, turn it down, make it softer. I didn't think anything of it. It transforms the bike.
Really?
Yeah, massively. Like, I'm gutted you didn't get to...
Well, Arthur's still got it. So,
has he?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
And he's put like BSTs on it, and it's ridiculous.
Okay.
It's proper. It's like $20,000 bike now.
Okay. Went out on the road, tried to sort of messing around with suspension, figure out the sort of stock adjustability, and then we went out on the track. And of course, that's when you really highlight how it's not bad, but it's not brilliant, is it? From a bike that expensive.
From a premium bike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You kind of want a bit more.
Yeah. Because even the GT suspension with its electronic goodies, that feels like it's got the plushness, whereas the Super Duke's always been a bit scratchy. Yeah. That's how I'd describe it.
Yeah, yeah. It was good fun, chasing lots of sports bikes, and you know what? After that one session, I was just like, you know what? I'm just done with it. I've reached the limit of the bike, and the limit of that bike is the suspension, because we had some nice slicks on it.
Yeah.
There was still plenty of ground clearance. Obviously, there's plenty of power in there. So the limiting factor was the suspension. So yeah, I missed a session while my factory mechanics changed all the...
Factory Fagan.
Yeah. Changed the suspension, put the forks and the shocks.
So it's full forks or forks with internals?
It's forks with internals.
Okay, so they removed the standard internals and put the kit internals in?
Yeah, like a normal cartridge kit.
Okay.
Yeah. Gareth, that's a shock, I guess?
Yep, correct.
Yes. And what's different about this to the stock, the shock that's in the bike at the moment?
Various different things. One of the major ones is it has an external preload adjuster, so you can easily adjust preload throughout the day. Also, the high speed and low speed compression damping is separate, so you've got individual control on that. Other than that, it's mainly down to the materials used. A lot higher precision in the machining processes, and also the anodizing of a lot of components, basically to reduce friction, and also helps with things like oil contamination over the use as well. So,
okay.
Yep.
So it should be much better then.
Yeah, definitely. Compared to the OEM suspension is mainly designed for on the road.
Yeah. To cope with a load of different riders and
different road conditions, different riders. But this is aimed more at the track-based stuff, but can equally be used on the road as well.
So have you got a nice fat spring in there for them?
Yeah, we have had to go slightly stiffer on the rear, and in the forks as well. So.
Okay. So you were saying earlier off camera, they're all adaptable, so you can change. So if you buy the product, you can go out and you swap bikes to a R6. You can literally take it out before you sell it and easily adapt it.
Well, there's two different ways of looking at it. Firstly, we sell product off the shelf for each different model.
Yeah.
But say if you bought this one for a Super Duke, it can be adapted to fit any model that we produce the shock for, simply by replacing the top mount and the bottom mounts.
Okay.
It's a fully adjustable shock as well, so
Yeah.
you can adjust the length for the different models, and also the nitrogen chamber here, this can be orientated to fit different models as well.
Okay. So now we're getting on to the business end. This looks, I mean, I know it's a standard, this is a KTM fork,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yep.
It's a standard Super Duke fork, but with this cartridge kit in?
Yeah, so like you say, the actual outer body and the lower stanchion of the fork is from the OEM production bike. It's simply remove the standard cartridge, one screw in the bottom, undo the top cap, and the whole cartridge comes out.
So no butchering or machining or anything like that?
No, simply that. Dump the oil out of the fork, and then install the cartridge which comes pre-bled from the factory.
Yeah.
Screw back in the bottom, set your oil height, which you obviously get all the specifications from, and then the cartridge kit actually comes with 3 different weight springs, so you can fit, depending on your weight, you can tailor it. And also it has external preload adjustment, which is something you don't have on the
Super Duke. Yeah,
on the standard fork.
Yeah.
And then you have your compression and and damping left to right as well, like on the standard bike.
So is there any technology in either or of the shock and the fork that you see or we see from MotoGP?
This cartridge and shock was designed before the MotoGP
Sure.
project,
Yeah.
so this was something that came first. Obviously there's a lot of secret stuff in the MotoGP stuff, and a lot of the departments between the racing and R&D, they all communicate, and if there's any information they can transfer from one to the other, they're doing that on a daily basis.
So we will see it soon then?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be something in the future that will come.
Well, let's get it fit to the bike then.
Good.
It was a bit strange. We were riding a KTM, which is obviously
A WP,
WP.
shod, yeah.
I mean, it was great for marketing terms, and obviously great for the fact that the KTM suspension isn't great on track. But it was also good because you could feel exactly what was going on with that suspension. So we went out, and that's the first session. The difference, I mean, you've ridden the track bike, haven't you? The track version.
Yeah.
But this is another step up.
Yeah.
It is the ability...
You're making me want my bike back.
Sorry. The ability to go into a corner, because you know on a standard Super Duke R, you can't trail brake, can you? This, I could brake probably 20, 30 metres later and just carry the speed in with the brake, nailed. Obviously we had slips on, so it's going to feel good. But that instant change from braking all the way to apex was massive.
On the stock bike, it's got that sort of shimmy, mid-corner shimmy, hasn't it?
Yes.
And it's just kind of does this, which it's not necessarily a bad thing because it's quite entertaining, and that's what that bike is. It's an entertaining bike. You don't buy that to set the fastest lap time.
You put it to do it to pull wheelies and
just be a hooligan and go, oh my god, this is amazing. So that I found that was a problem with the stock.
Yeah, I mean there's certainly no more wallow. It's so much more stable. Yeah, it's going to be. It's proper race spec suspension. This isn't just your normal sort of, Nitron or Hyper Pro. That sort of road based stuff where you're paying a few £100 to make your standard suspension better.
Yeah, it's almost replacing OE parts.
Yes, exactly.
That you can't get anymore. Yeah.
Now this is proper. It's called the WP Pro component.
Okay.
So it is race stuff.
Okay. Dollar bills are starting to raise in my mind in a minute.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But obviously it improved the bike massively, and it was always going to. And again, but you hope so because it is quite pricey.
Okay. What's the damage?
Well, the cartridge kit is £1,657.
Okay.
The shock is £1,300.
Okay.
I mean, it's not.
That's not bad.
It's all relevant, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all relevant. The steering damper is £255.
That's cheaper than I thought.
So I mean, yeah, it's all on par.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's quite a lot of people see it as a brave move, pushing this new sort of street stuff, if you like, because it is available for, it's available for BMWs, Ducatis, Yamaha, Suzuki's, Triumphs, Kawasaki's, Hondas, everything apart from Aprilias for some reason. All modern superbikes from 2012 onwards.
Okay.
It's got there's things
Will it go
like
in
MTO9.
1000 RR?
Yes.
So you can ditch the electronic suspension and just
Yes.
slide those puppies straight in.
Well, yeah, in theory, yeah. There's things like MTO9, 790 Duke, that sort of thing. So there's a decent enough range, but when you consider you got, everyone thinks, oh, I must have Öhlins. I must have Öhlins. But I mean, I grew up. I spent a lot of my time on Maxton.
You haven't grown up yet.
No, I haven't. No, but I did a lot of my time on Maxton, which I love, and people have their sort of affiliate with a certain brand, don't they?
Yeah.
But WP is the only suspension in MotoGP other than Öhlins.
But I think you're right, because it's a people bling factor. So many people put things on their bikes because they feel cool about it, and I think that's the issue. I've got no doubt it's fantastic kit. And it's different, it's nice, it's different.
Yeah.
People are always searching for something a bit different anyway. Break the molds.
Yeah.
I went with these, I went with those.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good to see.
And it was, let's also not forget that WP have won Moto2 World Championships with Zarco. And now they're running, obviously, the KTM wouldn't run anything else, but they run obviously on the Moto2s, Moto3s and MotoGP. So.
Because it's actually now part owned by KTM, isn't it?
Yes.
Or entirely owned.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously, apart from transforming KTM, the thing that I liked about it was when you say, oh yeah, I'll have 3 clicks of compression, and you do it, and you go, yeah, it's a little bit better. The adjustability and the scope for adjustability and the sort of finer tuning, if you like, every click does something. It's a massive difference. So yeah, it was in that respect, it was also pretty handy. Usually when you fit aftermarket suspension to a road bike, it tends to feel like a bit of a munter initially. You undo all that hard work that the manufacturer has done in developing and setting up the bike. Subsequently, it takes an age to figure out the perfect setting because, racy aftermarket suspension, it's more demanding, it's more fussy, whereas the road bike stuff is being developed for a wider range of pilots to suit every type of rider, weight, ability, all sorts. Whether or not it was coincidence, the 1290 felt ideal straight away and gave me the ability to push hard from the outlap, and all without touching a clicker. So this road here, you come out of Silverstone, turn right, north up the A43 towards Toaster, and it's the first left off this roundabout. This road is stunning. Just by, I think I took 4 or 5 clicks off compression at either end, and that's made it so much smoother. I mean, the damping for this, as you expect for 2.5 grand, it's premium. It feels premium, and yes, you can feel the bumps, but it feels executive.
So it's all very good saying, yeah, it's amazing on track and I've set the bike up and it's brilliant, but we know from experience that a track setup bike is not the nicest on the road. So
no.
Can you transform, is it rideable on the road?
Oh, it's definitely rideable.
Okay.
Definitely.
With a few little clicks here and there, back to normal.
I mean, like I said, because it is, every little click matters and you can soften it right, which is what I did, because I went out on the track settings and it rattled my teeth out. And then I went 10 clicks softer on everything, and it was almost as plush. Obviously, it's far plusher. I'll rephrase that. It's more plush and more progressive through the stroke, and you don't have that 2-stage sort of feeling when you get with sort of standard road suspension. But it was, if it wasn't for the fact that I tried the comfort setting on that KTM, honestly, which is just, it's like riding another bike. I'll go as far as saying that.
Wow.
So in that respect, it was great on track for testing that suspension. On the road, because the KTM is the Super Duke R is such A to B weapon anyway. It needs to be soft. It needs to be supple to cope with that angriness.
And just the crap UK roads.
Well, yeah, exactly. And as I said earlier, let's not forget that this is race stuff. It's not designed to make your bike better on the road. It's not designed to make potholes disappear and so you
Wheelie
don't
over
just
them.
don't. Sorry?
Just bunny hop over them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. In answer to your question, yes, it is. It's still absolutely rideable, but
Okay.
I think because it is race focused, it's been designed to be on a racetrack.
Let's face it, the market out there, the people that are going to buy it, they want it because it's race kit.
Yeah, true.
If it makes it ride shit on the road, a lot of them won't care.
Yeah.
They'll just go, well, it's race kit. That's what's on so-and-so's bike that just won the championship. I
Yeah.
want it on mine.
No, exactly.
So,
It goes back to what we were saying about bikes. It's like the flavour, isn't it?
yeah.
But I've got to say, I was really, really impressed with the WP stuff. So it's definitely worth considering. Definitely.
Do you reckon they'll loan me some for my RR?